Hey folks, what's up iyatee? So I was asked a while back to make a heart and I just hadn't had time and other things. Anyways, we're gonna make a heart today, and I don't have time to percussion nap it, so we're gonna fog nap it. And I got a piece of Mookite here, kind of drew a little thing on there, and this is actually one of the shapes I've been considering adding to my preforms. Trying to decide the way I want to go about doing this. Flaking from bottom to top, I guess, is what we'll probably end up doing. And I ground it into a fog preform, and I'm just going to grind this edge, and I am going to percussion nap some stuff. I got some different stuff. I got to start to make a biface out of this. It was a small percussion slab of root beer, and I might nap that. Anyways, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I know that I am going to nap this because I got to get it done. It's for Rob's. The guy's name's Rob that asked me to nap this. And we're gonna see what we can do with it. I haven't napped anything in a while. I just haven't really felt like napping. Believe it or not. Oh yeah. Now he just said that he wanted it's for his anniversary. He said he just wanted a heart made out of something pretty. And I think Mookite's pretty. This is actually working the pad backwards, but the flake's not going to travel that far, so gives me the size I want for the opening. Plan is going to walk these around and have the flakes kind of turn. Kind of like that. Come up from the other side, then have them turn that way. I don't think I've actually ever napped a heart. Can't recall napping one, but maybe I have. I don't really remember, but I don't think so. Start to turn those flakes. There we go, there's the first side. Now I'm going to go turn this edge so I can do the other side, and then we'll put the notch in the top. I think it's going to be pretty. Absolutely. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. It's actually kind of cold in the shop. I got a new AC. I was running two ACs, two stand-up ACs, got hose running out and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I had two of them running trying to keep it cool in here, and it really didn't do that good a job. And one of them went out, and I had to get a new one. I was looking at getting a new one, and I started looking at the 240 volt, which is just a bigger unit. Didn't have the electrical ran for it, for the 240 volt. It requires 2 hots and a different plug and all that. Anyways, I was talking to my neighbor, and he actually just moved out, and he's living with his fiance, and he's my older friend that I've talked about. He's in his 70s. Anyways, he said, well, I got a big window unit over there that I'm not using anymore. He's selling the place, and he said, I'm getting the central heat and air fixed, so I'm not going to need that. So he made me a pretty good deal. I was looking at them, they're around $450 now for a big AC like that. And he had one and sold me his, which he installed, used for a couple months, then moved out, and he sold me his for $300. So saved a bunch of money there. And at the time, I didn't realize it was a 220 volt. I brought it over here and realized that's what it was. So then I had to go about, let another neighbor come over, and he put in a double pole 20 amp breaker. Although it's 220 volt, it only calls for a 15 amp breaker. We put in a 20 amp. And ran a new wire and a plug to a new box, so it has its own circuit, its own everything, like everything in here. When I set the shop up, I didn't want breakers blowing and all that kind of stuff, so everything's pretty much on its own circuit. So anyhow, my wife's here. Hold on, I'm pausing. All right, I'm back. She's going to pick up our granddaughters right now. We got our grandsons here today. They're here almost every day, actually. The grandsons are. Every day my daughter and son-in-law are working. They're here, which is most days. But the granddaughters aren't here as much. They're here a lot, but not as much as the grandsons. Well, I got a little booger in there. Got distracted. Let's see. Find my knife, see if I can. Maybe we'll run a flake in right there, possibly. Trying, should be able to have a, really no I'm in frame right there. Try and take this path right here. Kind of make that flake hook around there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not, but we're going to try it. See what we can do here. It took out part of it. I still don't have everything set back up in here. I went down, I think I had mentioned to you guys, I've been taking some Flintknapping lessons from my buddy, and that was actually 2 weeks ago. We got together. We didn't get together last week, and anyways, haven't done any flint knapping, so I still don't have my stuff set up. I'm gonna go just knock these deltas down a little bit. We'll come back and we'll finish it up. Okay, so I gave away one of my knives that I made back after I first got started. And let's see, do I got any Allen wrenches? What do I do with my Allen wrenches? I have a hard time keeping track of stuff. But most of y'all already know that. Oh, I just found a pretty piece of buffalo though. Anyways, well, I guess I did lose my Allen wrenches. I'm gonna need those. Alright, I'm gonna have to find the Allen wrenches. Hold on. Well, you know what? I come over here and I sat down. I've been sitting there talking for probably 10 minutes and then just realized I did not turn the camera back on. Anyways, I went over there and I knocked off the deltas, and I just went around and trimmed up the edge a little bit and talked about all kinds of stuff. And I don't even remember what it was because I was just rambling on, but it was a pretty long drawn out ramble about this and that. It was about the shop. I was talking about the shop. I'm getting the saws moved out of here. When I can save enough pennies, I'm going to buy a carport to put off this one end, 12 by 20 feet, and anyways, probably just going to make a notch straight down into this thing first, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, so when I do that, that'll get the saws out of here, because as I was saying that you guys didn't hear any of, is that I have switched a while back. I switched from food grade mineral oil to diesel fuel in the saws because of the cost. The difference is that most of the guys selling rock, cutting rock and stuff like that are running diesel fuel. Pretty much all the big guys are, and it's strictly because of cost, because mineral oil, last time I went to buy it, was $200 a 5, and it takes 5 of those to fill up this one saw. So you're looking at $1,000 to fill it up in the last 2 weeks. So to keep mineral oil in that saw, it costs $2,000 a month, and there's just not enough profit in selling the rock to justify that. So it just priced me out of the market. So I did end up doing what everyone else has done and gone to diesel fuel, but it stinks, and it's in here with me in this shop. And when you open up those saws, you know, when you open them up, there's steam that comes up. Well, that's diesel steam, and you don't want to be breathing that. So anyways, the saws are coming out of here, and they're going out in this carport extension that I'm planning on adding onto here. And I was saying that that'll also, it'll take the noise out of here, because I can't film at all when those saws are running. It's just too loud, obnoxious. So anyways, I said a whole lot of other things too, but unfortunately didn't have the camera running. You have to hit the record button, believe it or not. I'm not sure how deep I want to make these. I've never, like I said, I don't think I've ever made a heart before. So I was looking all over for my Allen wrenches earlier. I found them. I still haven't got my stuff organized back up from being down Napa with my buddy Keith. And I haven't reshaped my tools yet either. Okay, my son David coming in. I'm going to zoom this out some because I'm thinking about bring this in just a little bit like that. Anyways, it's going to be nice to get those saws out of there. So, but I got to pay for it with the profits from the shop, so I need to probably here in the next couple of weeks, something like that. Get it ordered. Hopefully. That already looks a little better, I think. I don't know if he's going to make a pendant out of it or just give it to his wife this way, or I'm not sure. I guess I probably should have asked. It doesn't need to be super sharp or nothing. I do want to make this notch a little deeper. So we have a heart. If I want to take the edge off that a little bit more, or what? I've been playing the flute quite a bit lately. I have been doing that. That's another thing like Flintknapping, that it's a lifelong learning. You're never going to get to a point in Flintknapping, I don't believe, where you're going to just stop learning. There's always going to be more to learn, more experience to be gained. It's just not something that you can just learn and that's the end of it. I may even bring these sides in just a little bit more. Boppers will be back on the website tomorrow, Monday. Monday I'll have some boppers, all except for one size, back on the website. For the boppers I've been using, if you didn't catch the last video where I announced that, the cost and time in producing those boppers is such that Mike's no longer able to wholesale those boppers. So his boppers, so I'm making my own again. I put them through the trials and tribulations and everything that we learned when we were developing Mike's boppers, and put them into these, more or less. There's a few changes. And they are holding up and working great, so I'm ready to release them now. I didn't want to release them until I had time to properly test them, and I don't foresee any issues. Boppers really are the biggest pain in the butt of the whole entire rock business, in my opinion. Mike's too, I believe. I don't think Mike enjoys making them. I still have all of Mike's other tools available on the website, so, and I have no plans on changing that unless he changes something. Then they will continue to be available, just not his boppers. And I'm not sure if he's going to continue making his boppers or not. I think he is. I mean, if you're just dead set on his, then contact Mike and get his. Makes me no difference. I'll probably finish this thing, photograph it, and then go, I need to change this. Which is what normally happens, especially on something I've never made before. But yeah, I've been considering making heart-shaped preforms for a while, and I believe that is gonna be on the list for this week, so be looking for those by the end of this coming week if everything works out. As you all know, sometimes things don't work out like I planned, don't get done on the time frame I try to get them turned out to, but I think that's it. It's a pretty good looking little heart. We were going to put some mink oil on it. I was down at Crazy House in Paris, Texas 2 days ago, I guess it was, and picked up a brand new thing of mink oil. $5.99 is not a bad price. It's actually cheaper, well, every bit as cheap as I can get it from my suppliers. So I still have some in this one, but I was starting to run low, so I thought, well, I'll just grab one while I'm down there. It's time for this rag to Yeah, it's time to get rid of that rag. It's got a lot of oil on it, and I like using it because it has a lot of oil already on it, but it's getting dirty. There's our little heart. I think it looks good. Yeah, a little Mookite heart. I don't know. I may change the shape of it still. I'm not sure yet. What could I do to change it a little bit? That'd be better. I don't know. Hard to know. Rob's been very patient with me about this heart too. He first reached out to me several weeks ago, and I just was kind of overwhelmed until last week. Last week it slowed down a bit, and around Memorial Day weekend and stuff, that whole week was pretty slow. Not just for me, for other friends I have that are businessmen and stuff, that their businesses were slow as well. But first big weekend really for people getting out, barbecuing, camping, all that kind of stuff. So businesses are custom things. I do like that better. Businesses are accustomed to slowdowns like that around holidays and things like that, when people are out jet skiing and boating and tubing and kayaking and doing all kind of stuff. During those times, I like that much better. Yeah, for sure. Let's see if I can get that pencil off with the oil rag. I can. Well, there you go. My dirty rag saved the day. Cleaned it up. Yeah. So there's our heart. A little Mookite heart. I like it a lot. It's pretty. I think you'll like that. So Rob, there you go, buddy. There's your heart, a little Mookite heart, a little orange and cream colored Mookite heart. So I'll be sending this out to you, Rob. I'll get it in the mail tomorrow. I got your address already. I'll be sending it out, and it's my gift to you and your wife on your anniversary. So it's a gift to both of you on your anniversary. So hope you like it. Hope she likes it. Yep. Purdy. All right. Appreciate y'all watching. And the next video is probably also going to be fog napping, because I want to make a knife. I started talking about that in the other video. I only got a couple knives in the house. You guys seen me make 2 of them, I think, in projects. Yeah, I think it was a Georgia project, and then And then I think it was I don't know if I shot that buffalo. I don't think I did shoot one. Anyways, I got 2 knives in there, 3 knives. One of them was I made a long time ago, back when I started, more or less. And I had another one that I had made. Actually, I'm lying to you. I got a couple others that are in a case that I'll never get rid of. Some of the very first knives I ever made. But I'll probably do a video showing some of those, I guess. Anyhow, I got to make another knife because I gave away one of my knives. It was actually to my ex mother-in-law. Anyways, she needed a knife for her husband, so I sent her one I had made. It was a really nice knife. I've had it on display a long time. Georgetown knife with the deer handle, antler stand, and all that kind of stuff. Another Keokuk type or side notch type point in the base. Anyways, it was nice, and I sent it to her. But now I got an empty spot, so I'm gonna do the Texas project next. So that'll probably be the next video. It will be fog napping, but it's gonna be some alabates. It's gonna be interesting. So make sure you check it out too. I'll probably film it today too. I'm gonna try to, anyways. All right, appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all keep napping.